Inspirational quotes by Helen Keller. Helen Adams Keller was an American author, disability rights advocate, political activist and lecturer. Born in West Tuscumbia, Alabama, she lost her sight and her hearing after a bout of illness at the age of 19 months. Sit, relax and listen to her sensational quotes about life. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched, they must be felt with the heart. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Everything has its wonders, even darkness and silence, and I learn, whatever state I may be in, therein to be content. We could never learn to be brave and patient, if there were only joy in the world. True happiness is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. So long as the memory of certain beloved friends lives in my heart, I shall say that life is good. The highest result of education is tolerance. Love is like a beautiful flower which I may not touch, but whose fragrance makes the garden a place of delight just the same. Life is either a great adventure or nothing. Death is no more than passing from one room into another. But there's a difference for me, you know. Because in that other room I shall be able to see. When we do the best that we can, we never know what miracle is wrought in our life, or in the life of another. To me a lush carpet of pine needles or spongy grass is more welcome than the most luxurious Persian rug. I long to accomplish a great and noble task, but it is my chief duty to accomplish small tasks as if they were great and noble. The world is moved along, not only by the mighty shoves of its heroes, but also by the aggregate of tiny pushes of each honest worker. No pessimist ever discovered the secret of the stars, or sailed to an uncharted land, or opened a new doorway for the human spirit. The heresy of one age becomes the orthodoxy of the next. The marvelous richness of human experience would lose something of rewarding joy if there were no limitations to overcome. The hilltop hour would not be half so wonderful if there were no dark valleys to traverse. Once I knew only darkness and stillness. My life was without past or future. But a little word from the fingers of another fell into my hand that clutched at emptiness, and my heart leapt to the rapture of living. It's wonderful to climb the liquid mountains of the sky. Behind me and before me is God, and I have no fears. All the world is full of suffering. It is also full of overcoming. No one has a right to consume happiness without producing it. It is not possible for civilization to flow backwards while there is youth in the world. Youth may be headstrong, but it will advance at allotted length. It is for us to pray not for tasks equal to our powers, but for powers equal to our tasks. To go forward with a great desire forever beating at the door of our hearts as we travel toward our distant goal. Toleration is the greatest gift of the mind. It requires the same effort of the brain that it takes to balance oneself on a bicycle. Literature is my utopia. Here I am not disenfranchised. No barrier of the senses shuts me out from the sweet, gracious discourses of my book friends. They talk to me without embarrassment or awkwardness. Of all the senses, sight must be the most delightful. I seldom think about my limitations, and they never make me sad. Perhaps there is just a touch of yearning at times, but it is vague, like a breeze among flowers. As the eagle was killed by the arrow winged with his own feather, so the hand of the world is wounded by its own skill. What a blind person needs is not a teacher but another self. Many persons have a wrong idea of what constitutes true happiness. It is not attained through self-gratification but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. What we have once enjoyed we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes a part of us. Never bend your head. Always hold it high. Look the world straight in the eye. Security is mostly a superstition. It does not exist in nature, nor do the children of men as a whole experience it. Life is either a daring adventure, or nothing. Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it. Your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to keep happy, and your joy and you shall form an invincible host against difficulties. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. What I am looking for is not out there, it is in me. It is wonderful how much time good people spend fighting the devil. If they would only expend the same amount of energy loving their fellow men, the devil would die in his own tracks of ennui. We can do anything we want to if we stick to it long enough. Knowledge is love and light and vision. Until the great mass of the people shall be filled with a sense of responsibility for each other's welfare, social justice can never be attained. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for regular updates on famous quotes from past and present influential personalities.